We're here with Dan Davis, the head coach of the Lancers from Grace College. His team taking on the University of Rio Grande tonight for the chance to go to the round of 16 in the NAIA Women's Basketball National Championship. You guys played last night.
Yeah.
You took on a Pikeville team that you beat by 30 points in your first ever NAIA National Tournament game, and what a way to start your first ever tournament game.
Yeah, no doubt, and give girls a lot of credit a little bit. Just, I think we were down maybe 11-4, to start that, and then we went on that big run, and I think, and nothing that we didn't do or did do. I just, just thought our girls stayed the course. We really harped on them before going in the game. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't think about the outcome. Don't think about the results. Just focus on what we do. Just focus on what we do and get lost in the possession one possession at a time. And I thought we did a really good job of that throughout the game. They're tough, obviously, Pike, and you go through things. I've been on both ends. We all been on it. You do it where some nights it just doesn't go your way, and, I've had to give, hats off to that other team a lot of times, and I just thought our girls did a really good job with some things that we wanted to focus on, and more than anything, just being about who we are, making sure we did what we did, and, across the board, we were pretty happy. Other than that third quarter, we got a little happy throwing that ball around to the other team.
You mentioned it before there just a second ago. I don't care what level you're at, a 24-0 run will help cure any problems that you have.
Yeah. No, and as we all know, basketball's a game of runs. And I think that's a big thing with your team tonight. Rio, they like to get out in transition, but you want to limit some of those runs. They can get on some runs in that second quarter last night. Dropping 4 quick threes in that second quarter was a big momentum swing. And so just trying to eliminate those runs, and you want to get them yourself. And I think the way you do that is you got to defend and rebound, and you got to guard. Like I said, you got to guard. So it was a great win. The girls are locked in. Turn the page. We had a little film session before we come here, go through scout personnel a little bit, and that's been the way the team's been. All year. It's been a team that that whether it was been a tough loss. They come back the next day. They're focused. We always say win the game or win the lesson. And you try to find the lesson within the loss, and even in the wins, what can you do a little bit better? So you talk about some things that we got to make sure that we do a good job tonight going into this game against, a really good ball club.
You guys were really able to exploit them in the post last night. Them not having the Stanford girl who was out with the injury, you guys took full advantage of that.
No, and we're going to play through the post. We're going to play through Carly. We're going to play through the paint, and Car's good. She, there's a reason she's, is right there, was competing for the Player of the Year in our conference. She's a very talented player, and the thing that, of course, you need her to score and right, and get all that. But, just having her presence out there on that floor, it makes a lot of other things happen for other players, because you got to play through her a little bit. And, I thought, I know they had that kid out, but, they got big bodies they were throwing at her. And she's seen in this league that we're in, she's seen double teams and, like I said, triple teams all year long, and so you're used to it now. You're used to it as a team playing around her and everything, so yeah.
You kind of touched on it a minute ago. Your opponent tonight in Rio, they got a lot of weapons.
They do. Golly, Schemes, Darnell, those two girls, the two guards are as good as anybody we've seen all year long. I always love our teams. They kind of say, who do they remind you of in our league, right? And so you try to tell them, it reminds me of this girl, it reminds me of that girl a little bit. And, no doubt. Obviously it starts and ends with those two. Every team you're going to find, that every team's got those two. And those are there too, and they're just high-quality players, first-team Player of the Year and first-team All-Conference. It says a lot about them. And, they got high motors, and there's a lot of similarities, I think, between the two teams. Both teams are going to do what they do. Both teams, they're not heavy on the threes. Both teams want to run. Both teams want to play to the paint, So I think there's some similarities in a lot of ways with both teams. And just, our girls, definitely respect them as an opponent. You don't win 29 games, man. That's a lot of dub. As my college coach always say, Danny boy, fill up the left side of the column. So that's a lot of doves on the left side.
You guys played the second game last night,
Yeah.
but you mentioned it a little bit ago. You got to take in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You're going to be in the middle of the atmosphere tonight. Talk about that.
Man, it brings me back to my days in high school, playing South Gwinnett, and we're playing North Gwinnett in this big classic, and playing the #1 team in the state. The gym's rocking, they got the windows open. I mean, as a coach, you go back to memories. You go back to games as a coach. You go back to, I think more as a player. I'd do anything to be back out there at 18, 22-year-olds. Let me tie them shoes up again and go out there and play in front of that. That's what's fun. That's the fun part of it. So, yeah, I mean, we're embracing it. I mean, our girls, they are pumped about that. And we know there's going to be 1,000 plus, and we'll have our crew over there, behind our bench going crazy. And you want that. And that's the thing I think you guys, it's been so great being here. You've really created an environment because of your success, your history here, and everything. It creates an environment that really gives these ladies a big-time feel. And that's what you want. That's what you want, whether you're the home team or the visiting team. At the end of the day, the floor is 94 feet. Let's go play.
The environment's big too, it's big, but the other thing too, the prize at the end of the night, the chance to go to Sioux City in the round of 16, has that kind of set in on not only your girls, but you as coach as well?
100%. There's no doubt. A chance to cut some nets down tonight. You punch that ticket, and head out there to the round of 16, Sioux City. If I'm right, both schools would be the first time ever. Is that right, maybe? Have y'all been out there? Okay, sorry. For us, it'd be the first time, obviously. So, yeah. And you're one game away. You're one game away, and it's 40 minutes. Games like this, your teams, that heartbeat's ready to roll. Hayes in the barn, let's be honest, this time of the year, all of us coaches, we want to do what we do. Dave, he ain't changing anything. We ain't changing anything. Let's go out there and see as, always was told by my high school coach, see if we can score one more point, right? One more point. The fans all like win by 20 or 30, right? Us coaches like that too a little bit, a little more relaxed, right? But, we know we're in for a great challenge. You got a great opponent, very well coached team. You're playing on their home court, but it's fun to be on the side that we're on. We're looking forward to it.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thanks, Randy.
All right.